So potentially a cautionary crypto tale. I think a lot of us all dream of getting to massive success and massive wealth within crypto. I think that's the whole ultimate goal, and why we're in that, and why we're trying to progress as much as we can with our bags and things like that. Why is that shining so much? Um, BitBoy released a video. I haven't seen the entire video. It's like it's getting on for 4 hours long, and I've been at work all day and I'm very, very tired. However, I was encouraged to watch the last bit, and I've seen a bit of feedback through X posts and things like that. And a few people have said, maybe take a look at this. So I did, to a certain extent. Now, I don't know the ins and outs and the entire life of BitBoy. I know during the last bull run that he was obviously massive in the influencer space and things like that, and did a lot of things, made a lot of money. I didn't watch him religiously or anything like that, so I can't comment on the guy's general nature and character. I can't comment on what his business dealings are, or whether he has done things, or whether his company has, or whether his friends have, or whatever. But what I did see was someone as a human being, a man, a father, breaking almost. And I think that why this could be a cautionary tale is if you get too big too quick. And I don't mean that from just an influencer point of view. And I don't like the term influencer. I'm not an influencer. I just speak about my journey in crypto. But for people who just invest in crypto and don't make videos about it, to witness someone in that level of mental disarray is awful. And I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I wouldn't wish mental anguish, torment on anybody. I think it's a terrible, terrible thing. It's like a demon. It's like a cloud that sits over your head. And he's at a massive, massive level of fame. How he got to that, is debatable. It's up for debate. But to see someone that, to the point where you're contemplating ending your existence or time on Earth, because I know you can't say certain words on YouTube, but to contemplate that is horrific. And I've seen some people take some kind of joy out of it, and I think that's wrong from a human point of view. Maybe I don't, like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of what he's done over the course of the last few years, because I don't generally watch him, but I don't want to see people going through that. It looks horrific, and I think if you're a fan of BitBoy, then maybe go give him some words of encouragement or something, because it didn't look good. Look, I look rough as well, but I'm knackered. He looked rough, as in he is mentally drained, and it didn't sit right with me. So I initially saw this post as well, where I think he's mimicking someone as opposed to actually this is what he's like. And they've put what the actual fuck BitBoy. And again, I'm casting no aspersions on any of the people who've made these tweets. I think there's just interest and commentary almost. I saw this from ASIC's Crypt. I think, obviously, feel free to go and follow all of these people mentioned. It said that BitBoy's live stream breakdown sparks crypto controversy. So crypto influencer Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, is currently facing a public meltdown live on YouTube. Viewers are witnessing erratic behavior, with speculation swirling about mental health struggles or addiction issues. Now, both of those things are really serious things. Now, again, we'll get to some crypto news and stuff. And by the way, happy Valentine's Day to everyone as well. Maybe you're not even watching this. Maybe you're cuddling up, Netflix and chill, right? That's kind of the day for it, yeah? But yeah, no, I think mental health struggles are massive. I work in a hospital, so I see it a lot. And I can see how it can demoralize people and really change everything. And it's not good. Addiction issues, again, that it's just not good, right? So it's sad to see a human being going through this kind of thing. So he says reactions are mixed. Some express genuine concern for his well-being, which I think is probably the right thing to do. Others see it as another wild chapter in crypto drama. Well, I wouldn't like to see someone's life be put as a crypto drama, unfortunately. Don't think it's good. And some link it to the high-stress world of crypto influencers. Now, that may be the case. I'm not in that high-stress world. I'm in the just having a chat about crypto with you guys. Is this a wake-up call about the darker side of crypto fame, or just another headline in the space? Well, this is interesting. So is it just another headline in the space? Probably yes. Will this be forgotten about in a few days' time? Probably again, yes. But it does make you kind of think, because if you do get to this level, I mean, look, you're talking what was he, hundreds of millions. I think that's a ridiculous level. But if you get to a few million, you never know how that's going to affect you. If you get tomorrow, if you have or not tomorrow probably, but over the next say 6 months, you earn 1, 5, 10 million. You don't know how that's going to affect you as a person until you've lived it. And I think it's hard to really judge someone until you've walked a mile in their shoes. And would it change you? Hopefully for the better. Hopefully you'll do some great things with it and help other people maybe along the way. Things like that. That would be good, right? This was from Paulie OXPD on X, parody account. So maybe take with a pinch of salt, but obviously feel free to follow again. BitBoy's fall off should be taken into account by everyone. One day you could be making millions from undisclosed deals, wife changing money, then 4 years later lose all the money and the new girlfriend, plus relapse on drugs after a manifesto. Make a manifesto, and crash out every day. Never get too comfortable in life. Well, I think that's a cautionary tale for everyone, to never get too comfortable in life and appreciate what you have now. Because maybe a lot of people don't do that because we're always chasing the next thing, chasing the next 100x, chasing the next way to monetize YouTube channels, or chasing the next way to find that meme coin that's going to go through the roof, or however you position yourself within the crypto space. So yeah, I think it is a cautionary tale, and it is concerning. So I just want, what are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about him? If you were similar to me, I'd probably, just try and offer him some kind of support. And I don't mean that maybe financially, I don't know, but more mentally, because I think when you're at your lowest and people, are putting the boot in, I guess it's kind of hard. So I wish him the best in that regard. I hope that his mental health improves. I hope any additional struggles he has with any kind of addiction, if this is true, I hope that he gets help and support, and maybe get some good people around him to try and get him out of whatever this is. Now, onto some bullish crypto news and some nice things. SPX6900. Now, this is obviously a massively popular meme coin. I think it's going to do really well, as we've spoken about. It doesn't have a price or a chart for you, but it does have a spot and perps listing with crypto.com. So it's big. It's a big news. So they've been listed on crypto.com, which I think obviously that's fantastic news for all holders of XPX 6900. Also, breaking news for XRP holders. So crypto.com exchange in the US will list XRP tomorrow, which is now today, Valentine's Day 2025 in the USA. Boom. So that's good news for USA hold, or people who want to buy it in the USA. This as well, some Quant news. We don't get much of that. Someone's put so basically the news was that one of the long-standing partners, Oracle, which we know have been a long-standing partner with Quant for a while now, have now launched the Oracle Blockchain Platform Digital Assets Edition, or OBDA. Is it OBDA? Maybe. And Crypto Nerd, under Legit Crypto Nerd, has put kaboom. Finally, official news. Mega confirmation. The last run when Quant released the SIA news, or the SIA news, it went from a single digit to 3 digits, which was back. Well, I remember that back in, I think it was 2021. It was like just before, around September time, maybe. Last run when Quant released the news. Obviously, don't be surprised now if Quant goes from 2 digits to 4 digits, which is $1,000 plus, inshallah. That's good news. That's bullish news for Quant. The whole market's still a bit shit though, so it probably won't be processed yet. It'll take a bit of time. Broccoli, CZ's dog, it actually wicked to, I mean, it says this is on CoinGecko, it shows it's now currently at $109 million market cap, and I thought this would crash a lot harder than this. I'm surprised it's actually held up at this level. But if we look, it actually did wick to a $400 million market cap within an hour of launch, and obviously it's come down significantly since then, but we expected that. We kind of alluded to it in the last video because it was kind of just about to break. Obviously it broke and it's done well, but it's coming down again now. It was always a risk. There was multiple broccoli coins listed. not listed, but put out there for people to buy. And ultimately, a lot of them were absolute rugs and things like that. So I hope that none of you got in any of the rugs, and I hope some of you did get into this maybe early and managed to get some profits, because I think that's the most important thing. This was from at Kasabe. A broccoli dev made over $50 million in the last 24 hours, which is obviously crazy. That is unbelievably life-changing money. I think everyone can agree with that, unless you're already a 100 millionaire or a billionaire. £50 million would change your life, right? So as soon as CZ posted the picture of his dog and launched the token, and then started selling it once it pumped over 100 million, this is, I'm assuming, this particular dev. After that, he swapped all his broccoli to BNB and then to USDT. So someone's made significant money there. Maybe not in the right way though, right? This was interesting as well. So this is like a bit of a thread from at Garland Flips. So it's about this whole CZ broccoli thing. Now, again, this is obviously going to be alleged. It's not fact, I don't think. But CZ is using his exit liquidity, or who extracted $7 million from broccoli. I'm not launching a token is a lie. Here is the dark truth behind CZ. Now, it says CZ is manipulating the market again, aiming to make a few million, extra few million. Binance is just a pipeline for draining even more liquidity from the market. As always, it all goes into the few hands, and the CZ zog is just an excuse. Let me explain what's happening. CZ's actions have caused chaos in the market. He sparked FOMO and player versus player interest among retail traders. He knew every action and word would have consequences, which I think he probably did know that. I think that's a fair assumption. But he went ahead with it anyway. Yesterday, CZ tweeted that he'd show a picture of his dog, which we covered yesterday. And I think you know where this led. Everyone was glued to their screens, waiting for the pump and the loss of money. Such news doesn't bring profit, it only takes it away. Sorry, I need to swallow my own spit. How attractive on Valentine's Day, right? And then came the X moment. CZ tweeted the name broccoli. Boom, the market explodes. Hundreds of memes, dozens hit massive market caps. By the way, I think this is his own bot. Feel free to have a look at that. Chaos and panic. No one knew what to buy. Everyone talked about different coins and scattered their liquidity. The market lost tens of millions in liquidity. Meanwhile, CZ makes profits. As always, 15 minutes later, another tweet to stir up even more interest. He pushed people to buy more tokens without revealing which one was the real one. More liquidity poured into memes, and it was instantly lost. He's also got a TG. Feel free to go and follow him. I'm sure he's a nice guy. The final mocking tweet, CZ called Memecoin's progress. Mocking traders, keep buying, keep creating, and losing money. Progress isn't smooth. Pure mockery of the market. Tomorrow, Binance listing 100%. Expect a small pump followed by the inevitable drop. CZ stoked FOMO across Twitter, and now it's time to wreck everyone. He knows it, and he'll do it like he always has. So I don't know if it's confirmed there's going to be a Binance listing tomorrow, but if there is a Binance listing for it tomorrow, then I would expect it to pump pretty hard before I don't think it'd be a small pump followed by a big dump. I think it'd probably be quite a big pump and a massive dump. Would kind of be how I would see it playing out. Supra news. You know I'm super bullish on Supra, and I know a lot of you aren't, but I know a lot of you are. It's one of these tricky ones. It's like a Marmite coin at the minute. I know DC's not enjoying it at all. I just think it's going to do really well. We know there's some news coming in the next few days. And this is the founder, Joshua D. Tobkin. He's basically giving you a little bit of alpha before any of the big news is what is reading between the lines how I see it. So it says, I'll spill the beans early. This is why I'm so bullish on the future of Web3 and specifically Supra. The next big shift in blockchain isn't just DeFi, NFTs, DPINs, or layer 2s. It's autonomous decentralized finance, aka auto DeFi or AutoFi for short. It's an on-chain automatic at scale, and it's going to change everything. Well, let's see. Let's talk about how the Supra blockchain is enabling a future where autonomous strategies become the dominant form of an on-chain activity. So, point one in this thread is imagine a world where smart contracts don't just execute when users call them, but continuously, autonomously, and strategically every single sub-second block. Supra is making this a reality by combining automation, native oracles, and cross-chain execution in one vertically integrated layer 1 smart contract platform. And here's why that's huge. So into section 2, every block Supra executes pre-registered automation tasks written without off-chain triggers or manual execution. That means that on-chain trading bots, fully automated arbitrage, yield optimization strategies, portfolio rebalancing, and on-chain limit orders. This is HFT-like execution, but entirely on-chain. Point 3, Supra already provides around 500 plus Oracle price feeds, including crypto prices, forex rates, equities and commodities, and soon technical indicators, interest rates, job reports, and macro data, which obviously does have an effect on the market. This means strategies can react to real-world financial signals, not just blockchain data. We've even looked to bring sentiment analysis information and even things like fear and greed indices to our chain to allow for additional multivariable strategies, which could be really interesting. Point 4, what does this unlock? So these are going to be entirely new use cases. Automatic arbitrage, on-chain bots scan real-time price feeds and execute instantly. On-chain limit orders, no need for external bots to fill orders on dexes. Portfolio rebalancing, funds adjust dynamically to market conditions. Yield optimization, strategies move funds to maximize returns autonomously. Automatic liquidations, more efficient lending markets without MEV interference. This isn't just DeFi automation. This is the machine-driven execution at scale. So again, it sounds like it's going to be huge. Section 5. Here's the kicker. You won't need to be a programmer to deploy these strategies, which I think is great because it means that average everyday people can do this. Supra is working to integrate an AI-powered strategy builder, so even non-coders can create and deploy automated on-chain strategies in minutes. No scripts, no manual execution, just AI plus automation, plus oracles on Supra's smart contract platform. Point 6, and here's the long-term implications. Automation tasks won't just be a feature of blockchains, they could become the dominant source of transactions, surpassing swaps, transfers, and contract deployments all combined. The largest gas consumer in Web3 won't be people, it'll be on-chain bots running continuous strategies. Point 7, think about what this means for DeFi, trading, and on-chain economies. Autonomous AI-assisted execution will drive markets. On-chain strategies will run 24/7 without human intervention. Supra is creating the infrastructure where this happens first, and this is the next major evolution in blockchain, and we're just getting started. Point 8, Supra's testnet is rolling out cross-chain execution plus automation next week. With these features launched on mainnet, when these features launch on mainnet, this will be one of the most powerful execution environments in Web3. The future isn't just DeFi; it's autonomous DeFi, aka AutoFi. Stay ahead. Follow Superlab for updates. Retweet and share if you're ready for an on-chain automation to change crypto forever. So obviously, when these things get rolled out, I'll cover them because I'm like I say, I'm holding Supra. I think it's going to do well personally, but there's no financial advice on this channel in any way. It's not sponsored or anything like that. It's just something that I'm bullish on, and I'm just like I say, I'm sharing my journey. The price did pick up a little bit today, and then it went back down again. But we'll give this a quick refresh because it may have changed. It hasn't. If anything, it's kind of tailed off and gone a little bit lower. So we've had a pump, we've had it come down again. We know that there's like a weird wallet doing like 2,275 cells or something each like few minutes. Who that is, where that's from, we don't know. I'd love to know. Market cap at under $100 million. I think if you're picking this up under $100 million, that's a bargain in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. Don't take it for granted. Look, say like, in that case, we're going to pile in. Do your own research. Choose if you want to pile into Supra or any crypto project that we mentioned. Make your own decisions. Ultimately, it's your money that you'll be risking. Like I said, I've got Supra and I hope it does well. I hope for everyone who's got Supra it does well. I think it will. I think it's going to go a lot further than what a lot of people think. But again, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to say it's going to 1,000,000x. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day. I hope everyone had a great day. I hope you get lots of cards and chocolates or whatever it is that you want from the day. Probably something that begins with S. Everyone needs socks, right? So wherever you're in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening, and as always, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.